here, and Noah Green. Now, before we begin the spectacular night we have planned for you guys, unfortunately, I do have to say Robbie Hart is unable to compete in tonight's main event.
That's it, back to it.
So sorry. But I'm sure.
The explosive School of Professional Wrestling presents Out of Control. My name is Casey Hansen, and joining me is the Neon Thrill Seeker, Noah Green. Welcome, Noah.
Well, I wish I could say I was happy about what we're seeing in the ring at the moment, but I had to storm out. I couldn't be in there for any much longer.
Delcano in the ring. He's looking at you, Noah Green.
What?
You had the balls to show up when you were the champion.
It's a little
Unlike yourself, my friend.
Look, I'm not going to waste everyone's time here. Not only am I the greatest Pride champion in history, not only
I'm all right.
am I the greatest Pride champion in history, I'm rightful #1 contender.
That is
so,
true.
If we have no Robbie Hart, can ESPW officials please come out and wrap my Pride Championship around my waist?
Robbie Hart, the Pride champion, unable to be with us this evening.
The EPW officials have already signed off on a replacement match for you tonight.
It looks like we have Delcano's replacement.
This is going to be one hell of a matchup. Lucas Fantasia coming off of a massive match against Robbie Hart on the last show. He came up short.
Hey Delcano, what's up my king? So I just came out here to say, I did take the Dark Soul, Robbie Hart, to the limit last show. You guys were all ready for it. And as a matter of fact, I want another shot at the Pride Championship.
That's fantastic for you, buddy.
And as my close personal friend Evelyn Faye over here did mention, you are wrestling me in the main event tonight.
New main event.
But what she forgot to tell you, Mr. Delcano, is you're putting your #1 contendership on the line.
Yes, that's what I want to hear. He's been ducking and dodging the Pride title match. So it's about time he needs to put it on the line. He needs to earn it. He's been ducking and weaving for months.
Well,
So
Delcano, he has been the #1 contender since November. So he's been #1 contender for nearly 6 months. In a shocking turn of events, we have a new main event. It is Delcano versus Lucas Fantasia with a #1 contendership for the Pride Championship on the line.
And I think everybody in attendance can agree with me. This is Fantasia country.
We have one very popular competitor here in the Malaga Dome this evening, and one not so very competitor, not very popular, is Dustin Connors.
Yes, the wall boy of TMDK, the personal towel boy of Marcus Pitt. Oh, and he's taken us straight to Julio to start off.
He's probably getting some of his aggressions out. If you were at attendance EPW collision course, Dustin Connors came out 3 times for 3 matches with Mikey Broderick, Damian Slater, and EPW champion Marcus Pitt. And he was booed out of the building on 3 separate occasions. And he was called a name I do not want to repeat on commentary.
Oh, Julio's... massive slap to the side of the head there. Well deserved.
You might be able to hear it.
Oh,
I heard that chop Noah Green by the Philippine Dream. He was last seen at Evil Intentions against Manu.
I'm pretty sure everybody in attendance felt that one.
And it was an absolute contender for match of the year early on here in 2025. Julio, a newcomer to the explosive school of professional wrestling, but over a decade of wrestling experience. Dustin Connors making his way in the industry as well.
And Julio making an explosive impact in his short time here. As you mentioned, he and Manu took each other to the absolute limit in Ultra during our last contest.
We do have another Ultra match this evening. We have Axton taking on Felix Young, but we have Julio in the Ultra division. Dustin Connors not quite there, but he's kicked the War Boy in his war face.
Connors has fallen down to the ground.
Connors in trouble. Referee Jared Styles in control of the action here this evening.
The crowd chanting that name that we cannot repeat on community guidelines.
If you come to an ESPW or EPW show, absolutely you are not allowed to chant that at Dustin Connors. And he's been punched in the face again.
Surprised that the hit has landed with the amount of oil on this man.
Very, very popular is Julio as well. Explosive competitor. That is just a clothesline. He's taken Dustin Connors out. Back elbow. Exploder suplex. The War Boy looks in a lot of trouble.
The crowd firmly behind Julio in this matchup so far.
Julio's about to rock you here this evening. Back suplex attempt.
Solid punches to the head there.
He's injured his knee, has the War Boy. This match could be over. Jared Styles might have to call for the bell.
He's keeping him back.
Looks to have suffered an injury.
He's favouring that.
It was just a ruse. He's perhaps learned that from TMDK.
He's been paying very close tutelage under the tree of Damien Slater.
And it must be a lot to live up to for Dustin Connors as well, being a part of a worldwide phenomenon stable that is TMDK. Members including Mikey Nichols, including Shane Haste, and also our members here in EPW as well.
Yes, the EPW champion, Marcus Pitt being one of them, the other being the world beater, Damien Slater. So Dustin Connors is going to learn a lot from them, but it's almost an impossible standard to live up to.
But they've obviously chosen him for a reason. I don't think a stable like TMDK would just pick Dustin Connors for no reason. They've seen a lot of promise in this phenomenal young athlete. Whether we like him or whether we don't like him, they have chosen him for a reason.
Look, despite what we think of Dustin Connors, he does have plenty of untapped talent.
Philippine uppercut, another Philippine uppercut.
Even if his talent at the moment is carrying Marcus Pitt's bags.
Well, we all have to start somewhere, Noah Green.
Solid shot to the kidneys.
We could look back at EPW champion Dustin Connors in about 5 years' time. Massive whip to the corner, the ring shook, the posts moved, they slid off their position on the floor.
With strength like that, you may not be too far off the mark.
Looks to be going to the same gym as Marcus Pitt and Damien Slater as well. Looks a much improved physique is Dustin Connors. Not that it was bad before.
No, he has been making progress 365 days a year. This man is in great shape. He's able to easily control Julio at the moment, and Julio is a powerful man.
A lot of pressure on Connors' shoulders though. He will have to report back to TMDK. I'm not sure how they will feel if he reports back with a loss in this match to Julio.
No, I would not want to be reporting back to them with disappointing news. Solid slam into the side of the apron there, the hardest part of the ring.
Perhaps they won't even let Dustin Connors accompany them in their matches anymore. That could be a huge blow. That's a huge blow to Julio. A back suplex on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. Just steel beams underneath. And this could be all for the Philippine Dream. His dream could be over.
Julio kicking out at 2 there. Referee Jared Styles letting Connors know. Connors very clearly not happy.
Connors has been in control for most of this match. A little bit of a surprise to me considering Julio's effort against Manu at Evil Intentions. Check it out on YouTube if you haven't. If you haven't flicked a like at the moment, please do subscribe to the YouTube. It is all free ESPW on YouTube.
And you get matches that really should be behind a paywall, like you mentioned, Manu and Julio. Fantastic match. And later tonight, Axton and Axton
And Felix Young, can't wait to see that matchup. Cannonball! He got the knees up, did Dustin Connors. It caught Julio in the small off the back.
Too distracted by what's going on in the ring to think about the rest of the card.
And being a competitor yourself, if you have a lower back injury, that inhibits so many of the maneuvers that you want to perform. Smart from Connors, a backbreaker, and it was lower to the back than normal. He's targeted the area that he caught on that senton.
He's working the lumbar of Julio there, and Julio relies on his back for a lot of his power offense. And as you mentioned, when you take a lower back injury, it makes everything twice as hard.
This is a deep, deep headlock as well. A really deep headlock. He's got him down, deep down on the mat. Jared Styles asking if he can continue. This could end this match.
Oh, Connors had to readjust his grip there.
He's a hard man to keep down, the Philippine Dream. Very, very solid indeed.
He's broken out of the grip, setting him up. Oh, no. Connors knocked him down with a clear back elbow.
There's a back elbow to the jaw. Connors has impressed me, whether you like him or you do not like him. He has impressed me with his performance so far here and out of control.
Looks like he was going for a suplex into the buckles there. No, he's gone.
I mean, it is already out of control because our main event has been changed to Delcano versus Lucas Fantasia. Reverse suplex.
That was a heavy suplex. The ring
Reverse Connors a suplex of Julio's own, but we've changed our main event. It is now Lucas Fantasia versus Delcano for the #1 contendership for the Pride Championship. I know, Noah Green, when your shoulder is healed, you'll be looking to try and regain the championship you held at the beginning of this year.
That's the #1. That's the thing that keeps me going at the moment, and I really hope that the man who holds it when I come back is not Delcano.
Slap from Julio. Right hand by the War Boy. Right hand back from Julio. Back and forth.
Back and forth. Slap, splashing across the Malaga Dome.
Oh, headbutt to the neck.
Kick to the wrist.
Lariato! Oh! Huge lariat from Julio. Connors does not know where he is.
He's struggling to find his bearings. Julio needs this time to recover after the onslaught that Connors has done to him throughout the course of the match.
Dragging himself up in the corner. The speed of Julio. Backward splash. Enziguri.
I know what this is leading up to. And
Julio.
I think everybody here knows what's going to.
Has Connors exactly where he wants him.
Oh!
Cannonball!
All the air just left Connors' ribs. He's crawling around. He's trying to
I think he's hurt his lower back performing the cannonball. He had the injured lower lumbar. As you mentioned earlier, he's able to make the cover.
And as he was recovering, that's the only reason that Connors was able to kick out after that massive cannonball to the corner.
It was the injury earlier in the match. It has slowed the normally ultra-fast Philippine Dream down.
Very well scouted by Connors.
And Noah Green, I'm not sure how we're going to top this evening. This is just our first match. It's already been an absolute classic, kicking off out of control.
There goes the lower back again, as you've been mentioning.
And when you have a lower back injury, it is debilitating, let alone looking for a dragon suplex.
Massive back elbow.
It's debilitating in day-to-day life. Just a mover. Dragon suplex! Dragon suplex! I didn't know Connors had that in him to suplex the 270-pound Philippine Dream.
I thought that was it.
He's a huge individual. Pictures do not do the Philippine Dream justice.
And
he is a large, large man.
He landed all on his head there. I thought he was out.
That's not going to help your neck or your lower back. Hard to walk around, let alone compete in a professional wrestling match. And try and compete with somebody like Dustin Connors.
Speaking of, look at him. He's ready. He's setting up that spear. He hits this, especially with lower the back. He's done. Oh, solid knee to the head.
Superman punch. The lower back troubling Julio again.
Connors kicking out at 2.5.
Again, that extra second cost Julio, I can only believe, cost him the victory. Dustin Connors had an extra second to shoot his shoulder off the mat. And we seem to be deep into overtime. And we're in match #1 of the evening.
Both men down, both men using this time to recover. Julio trying to fire up the crowd, get them behind him.
This is me just thinking off the top of my head, but I have to think Dustin Connors might have his eye on the Pride Championship and Julio in Ultra.
Oh!
Counters the Death Valley driver.
Connors is clearly tired. He almost landed on his feet there, getting out of that.
He's hit the top turnbuckle, his face.
Spear!
His face hit the top of the turnbuckle, and a spear by Connors.
1, 2, 3. And if his goal is the Pride Championship, beating a man with the status of Julio, he's got a good claim.
I mean, I'm sure Dustin Connors will have his eye on the main event as well. We're crowning a #1 contender tonight, but there might be somebody just next in line. Who knows what his intentions are?
You never know what's going to happen here at the ESPW. We had a main event scheduled.
He's asking for the mic. I've already had a lot of mic time this evening to kick off the show with Delcano. Now the Warboy's on the mic. He might be looking for a commentary position next show.
I'll cop back in the ring. Hopefully next show he can sit here as much as I enjoy your company, my friend.
Thank you so much.
See how I absolutely destroyed the challenge of the Philippine Dream, Julio Garcia?
It was a competitive match, but he was victorious.
Well, it got me thinking. Gold Rush. I'm going to issue my own challenge. Rogan Cargus.
Oh, the Coastal Champion.
I want that Coastal Championship. And I'm going to take what's mine.
The challenge has been laid down. I knew he was looking for gold. He's laid the challenge out to the new Coastal Champion, Rogan Cargus.
Please let me introduce the credits to the ring.
What? There's a duck's problem. What's the what? There's a duck's problem. I know what to do about that.
I'm gonna make Johnny quack. See, somebody listen when I lay him down on that back. Gotta make this bird sing.
Quack, quack.
Call me the king when I'm clipping down wings. These crabs got a duck's problem. These crabs got a duck around the solver. These crabs making all that bird. I can someone call it this duck what? Craig's gonna make him crack. Crack, crack, crack. Craig's gonna make him see what we live now. Craig's gonna make him crack. Crack, crack, crack. It's that hunting season. Duck to the ducks. Duck to the ducks. What do you see, ladies and gentlemen? I think it's about time you heard a Buster Oscar. Do you want to hear a Buster Oscar, ladies and gentlemen? I said, did you want to hear a Buster Oscar?
I'm glad you've got a bit of relevancy, because the last time you had that, you had a bit of blondes and Samoa Joe shorts as well. But look at who you're standing next to, an oversized toilet brush. He's got a pretty Wish Foundation day. He's only with you because Lucas Fantasia was too busy actually being relevant. You know, there's a guy walking around here with a purple stripe talking about the state of this company and how it's in the pits. And when you've got idiots like this and idiots like Jesse Langer running around.
Whoa, 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 whoa. So you're out here ruining that laugh. But Buster Rust was just about to debut his verse on the Ducks Hunt season soundtrack. And you're saying he is irrelevant. What are you doing out here, Ducks brothers?
Quack, quack, quack. If we're talking about the state of this company being the pits, have you watched the match back yet? What? Because the referee, while he's counting that, looking over at me and Buster Russ didn't see the man get his shoulder up. You did not beat the Ducks, brothers. Your diss track is nothing but lies and full of fraud. Chanel, you know what we want. You know what we want. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up.
Was a contentious finish to the Cretins versus the Ducks brothers.
It was.
Back at Evil Intentions.
It was very out of nowhere.
Did you want Brian's credits for the song? Hey. Did you want Buster Russ in a rematch?
Based on true bookheads.
Do you want the Cretins versus the Ducks brothers to happen again?
Yeah. That's exactly what I want, Shield.
Well, how about June 7th? We redo the Ducks brothers versus the Cretins.
Yeah, let's go!
And we're gonna make you quack once again!
The rematch has been thrown out.
June 7th, ESPW. I think the Ducks brothers are happy. I think they've accepted. We have a tag team grudge match taking place between Stella Nix and Harley Hyde, and they are taking on Lizzie Maximus and Layla Devine.
Can you see what's in the back of Stella Nix's clothing here? She has that.
Hang on, should we tell? We've got
Big.
We've got a new referee, Darcy Jade. She's making her referee debut here at the Explosive School of Professional Wrestling.
She's done the right thing.
Hopefully she can spot the hammer
Check the
in the back
pads.
of Stella Nix's gear.
I think she spotted it.
Hang on. I mean, we're going back to the 80s here. We've got Hammer Time with Stella Nix.
We've got Lizzie Maximus
We've got
with all the tassels.
Lizzie Maximus from the 80s. I mean, a lot of history between these two. Lizzie Maximus and Stella Nix. They used to be a tag team. They were known as the Retrogrades before Stella Nix turned her back on Lizzie Maximus and put her out of action for nearly an entire year.
And it was purely due to Stella Nix's own ego, acting like a massive diva, thinking that she was too good to work with Lizzie Maximus.
It was all the way back and out of control last year, ESPW 32, that the Retrogrades ended. And then at ESPW 33 High Stakes, Stella Nix defeated Lizzie Maximus and put her out of action for an entire year.
And my God, it was like happy to see Lizzie Maximus back in action once again.
It was 10 months later. Lizzie Maximus returned and cost Stella Nix a match against Layla Devine, who was her tag team partner tonight.
And then went on to wrestle and beat her.
And absolutely to Evil Intentions. It was Stella Nix versus Lizzie Maximus. Lizzie Maximus was victorious, but Harley Hyde and Layla Devine also got involved, which leads us to our massive grudge match here this evening.
Stella Nix pulling on the hair.
Not a
Lizzie
surprise.
breaks out.
She's known as the star goddess of the night, but we might be able to call her the cheater of the night because she will take any shortcut. She has learned from the Don and Chris Target, part of DNT, looking to be victorious in this match to go back and tell DNT she was victorious.
We talk about the pressure that Dustin Connors was under. Oh, solid kick to the midsection.
You don't want to go back to the Don and tell the Don you lost your matchup as well. Here comes Layla Devine.
We all know that Layla Devine and Stella Nix do have a history as well.
Double elbow to the face. These two have battled in the past. Many battles.
Layla Devine squashing her in the corner there. Is she going to go for it again?
Tagging Lizzie Maximus. If there's any consolation, Noah Green, Stella Nix did not bring that lawyer out, which took up about 17 minutes of the last show. I still feel I'm listening to that guy drone on and on and on.
17 minutes. Oh, Harley Hyde getting right in the face of Lizzie Maximus there. She needs to be careful.
I think he was barred from the building this evening. I'm glad he's not here.
Take his degree away from him. I swear he got it from ChatGPT.
It's all action here in the early going. Harley Hyde, double hip toss onto the mat. Looks like a new version of the retrogrades with Lizzie Maximus and Layla Divine. I'd like to see these two team more.
Splash. Into
Senton! Harley Hyde is a pancake.
Harley Hyde kicking out at 2.
That will take all the wind out of you. She's sucking in the big ones.
She took not only the Quesadora from Lizzie, the strength from Layla Divine here. Fireman's carry. Harley Hyde fighting out of it.
Ducking under. It was a blind tag, or at least a tag I didn't see.
No,
Lizzie Maximus in the ring. Blind tag there from Stella Nix.
I saw that one.
It's because it's on the closest side to us, Hyde to the outside. Stella Nix doesn't know she's tagged. Well, Lizzie Maximus didn't know Stella Nix had tagged in. Waistlock, tag down. Unorthodox, getting the job done. Waistlock switch.
Lizzie's taking mad control in this match. Different side to her than when she was here last.
Harley Hyde grabbing the leg, screaming in her face. I'm glad I was not any closer. Oh, that's awful.
Yep, I love these earmuffs. Oh,
split leg reverse DDT. Now, no, agreed, I wasn't even in the match, but when Stella Nix screamed, I covered my eyes with my hands. It hurt my ears so much, let alone being in the match.
It hurts my soul every time I hear it. It pierces straight through you, and we are at least a good 10 metres away. So God knows what it feels like for Lizzie Maximus.
Well, Lizzie Maximus, she's battling and battling and battling. She does remind me, Lizzie Maximus, when you used to get up early to watch Cheese TV, and it wasn't quite time for Cheese TV yet. There was some aerobics going on. That's what Lizzie Maximus reminds me of.
And those were the worst days of my childhood, unlike Lizzie Maximus, who was one of the best parts of ESPW.
It was Good Morning Australia indeed, and she is in a world of trouble.
You can't let Harley Hyde take control. She will take her time and she will enjoy ripping your hair out, gouging your eyes, whatever she feels like doing.
Just no mercy, Harley Hyde. Back breaker. Pressing vicious. Absolutely vicious. No amount of aerobics and exercise can prepare you for having your back stretched and your vertebrae crunched.
Having your vertebrae stretched out and move in ways they're not meant to do is never a pleasant feeling.
Hard body slam from Harley Hyde.
This crowd letting Harley Hyde know exactly what they think of her.
Lizzie Maximus might be sidelined for another 10 months here. Stepping on the ankle. And that is the experience factor coming in from Harley Hyde as she's gaining more and more experience.
Stella taking the cheap shot on Layla Divine on the outside there.
Now, she's under the tutelage at the moment of Stella Nix, who is a former EPW Tag Team Champion. And his referee, Darcy Jade, counting to 2.
The crowd firmly getting behind Lizzie Maximus here. They want her to fire up. They want her to tag in Layla Divine.
Well, Darcy Jade needs to stand her ground and not let Stella Nix bully her. It's a tag team match, not the easiest match to officiate.
No,
especially in your first match.
Especially in your first match, and when you have the personalities like Stella Nix and Harley Hyde in there.
You know they are going to stretch the rules to breaking point as well.
But do not take away from the fact that look at the face on Layla Divine at the moment. She has a mad look on her face.
Fans getting behind Maximus. Kick into the canvas. She follows the kick down. She keeps it connected to her opponent's head and drives it into the canvas. Great officiating by Darcy Jade, counting to 2.
Making sure the shoulders were down. Lizzie's not staying down.
Lizzie, she shrugged that off. Well, she did feel it a little bit, but it looked to me like she just took the blow from Hyde and just shook it off. Stayed on the apron. I don't know any other competitors that would stay on the apron.
Harley Hyde might have made a divine mistake by doing that to Layla Divine. Sunset flip.
Rolling. Harley Hyde's there. There's 2 competitors in the ring.
Lizzie taking both of them on. The absolute fire in Lizzie Maximus.
They're gonna milk it for all it's worth.
Layla's ready. Lizzie's right there.
Enziguri to the shoulder. It's knocked down Nix.
Fingertips.
Layla Devine off the apron. Darcy J needs to gain control. Very difficult with two very, very talented competitors.
Stella Nix elbowing the head off the shoulders of Lizzie
This could be
Maximus
all.
there.
Harley Hyde might be dominating from the apron and Layla Devine might not be able to get back in. She might be done for this matchup. I can't see Lizzie Maximus being able to make the tag. She suffered too much punishment.
I don't care who you are. In a tag team match, if it's 2-on-1, the two usually win.
It's hard enough to win a wrestling match 1-on-1, let alone 2-on-1.
Don't
Two
I know
opponents,
that.
the quality of Hyde and Nix.
Lizzie getting the boot up. Stella stunned. Elbows to the head of Harley Hyde. Bulldog. Tag Layla in.
Layla Devine, she's fired up, she's ready to go. Massive shoulder tackle.
Layla Devine taking out all her frustrations on Harley Hyde here.
Oh no, the shoulder, she shouldered her in the face. That wasn't shoulder to shoulder, that was shoulder to face. What a shoulder tackle.
And Harley Hyde is struggling. She took her time getting to her feet there. Duck. And we
Layla
to
Devine
crossbody.
Nix breaking up the cover. I think that was the only thing that saved Harley Hyde. Maximus is in.
Tossing her to the outside. Lizzie Maximus is firing up, recovering from the beatdown. Oh!
Big clothesline from Hyde. She is a very strong individual.
It is deceptive with Harley Hyde. I stepped into the ring with Harley Hyde and I underestimated her strikes and the strength from
That's
this
right,
woman.
I remember her kicking you into the mat. I remember Rising Star Cup tournament. Was that right? Or a different event?
No,
but
that's
anyway.
right. Oh, sidewalk slam, massive. Oh!
But I remember Harley Hyde taking you to the absolute limit. She is a fearsome competitor. All four of these wrestlers are. Maximus looks to get back in the ring. Harley Hyde has been isolated. It is 2-on-1.
The tables have turned. It is now Harley Hyde facing the wrath of Layla Devine and Harley Hyde.
X-Factor!
Setting her up.
Harley Hyde, she's out. She's out. She doesn't know where she is. Maximus is yelling at her. Do some aerobics. Do a high five. Drop kick.
Drop kick.
I'll take all the wind out of you.
1, 2.
Stella Nix has pulled Darcy Jade out of the ring. I knew she would try and take advantage of Darcy Jade.
This is ridiculous. Darcy Jade's thrown it.
That should be a disqualification. We don't like disqualifications here in ESPW. Headbutt from Hyde. This match has gone wide. It's got out of control, Noah Green. That's what's happened.
Oh, it's getting even worse. She's gotten her signature steel chair out.
Control.
Your face here. No, we do not want that. Lizzie, look out.
Help her. Oh! Sacrificial lamb. She saved Lizzie Maximus. She did take the bullet. Nix trying to steal the glory. Why does Nix need to be in the ring? Harley Hyde did all the dirty work. Flatliner. The Nix Shining Wizard.
Kick out, Lizzie.
Oh! And it's over. Hang on, what happened?
Layla got in and broke it up.
She broke up the pin. That's unbelievable. I can't believe it.
Referee has lost all control of this. Layla and Harley Hyde fighting on the outside.
Signature submission maneuver.
No, not.
The bridging
That's
leg's
it.
over. It's over. It is over. Tapping immediately to the punishment. Stella Nix refusing to let go.
Harley Hyde and Layla Devine still going at it on the outside.
Absolutely, I can see them right in front of us. Stella Nix and Harley Hyde are victorious. The fans here in attendance, they are not happy about it at all. This match was out of control. It turned it into wild chaos. Stella Nix cheating, Harley Hyde using a chair, and Stella Nix tapping out Lizzie Maximus.
I don't think that match was ever in control. And now we have to see what's going to happen next. Are we going to see Layla Devine and Harley Hyde?
Well, they were fighting on the outside after the match. I don't think it's over between those two.
No. I've been ready since they announced this match at the last show.
Now, Ultra is an ESPW exclusive. You will only find it here in the School of Professional Wrestling. You have to be 6'2" or 100 kilos. That's 220 pounds or above. And we have two of the absolute best in Ultra here this evening.
And we thought we had the Ultra match last show. If ever there's a match that's going to be able to top it, it's going to be Axton and Felix Young.
Well, they literally have a big boost to fill. We have Axton, who is, I believe, the #1 ranked competitor in Ultra, yet to be defeated, and Felix Young, who did defeat Blake Walker in his previous Ultra match as well. So Axton going 6'4", 280 pounds. Felix Young, 6'2", 235 pounds himself.
There's a lot of meat in that ring, and that was a lot of meat that just smacked together.
So we discussed the Ultra protocols before every match. We have a ring crew that goes under the ring. They check the structural integrity of the ring before the match, and more importantly, after the match is done.
And this is why we have intermission straight after, because it takes time to restructure the ring after these big, meaty men are done.
Absolutely. I don't know what Felix Young thought was going to happen there. It is not easy to take Axton off his feet. When he made his debut in ESPW, he was victorious in under 40 seconds. The last time we saw Axton, he won a 2-on-1 handicap match. We just spoke before about how hard it was when it's 2 against 1 in a tag team match. He won a handicap match. He didn't have a partner shoulder block. Oh. He won in under 2 minutes by himself.
He knocked Felix Young out of the ring.
This is an impressive, impressive man. I mean, Felix Young is going to have to regroup very, very quickly. This may be over very, very fast. This man
What's
can
Axton
move.
calling for here?
He's 280 pounds. How did he springboard? Back elbow. Spidering on the ropes is Felix Young. His pulse is pumping this evening. Drop kick. Was that a drop kick from Axton? I couldn't see, but Felix Young was blocking my entire view.
Axton took advantage of Felix Young turning his back, interacting with the crowd. You can't take your eyes off Axton. This man, pardon the nickname, but the nickname is true. He's bulletproof. We just saw it. Felix Young tried to knock him off his feet, and a slap there, and it did nothing.
Oh my goodness, a club. A forearm. They're right in front of us. Felix Young often seen with his tag team partner Jared Slade as part of the Pulse. 2 very contentious decisions in their 2 tag team title matches against ATO in the past few months. He's turned his attention to Ultra here this evening. Maybe he's got some retribution on his mind after just coming up short for the tag team titles.
And that is one hell of a motivator. You come up short. Oh!
Ah! That hurt me.
I felt that on my own back. I winced in pain just seeing that. So, luckily, we were just talking about how bulletproof Axton is.
Well, Zobi has a bulletproof back. It's red right now. Again, if you are watching this on YouTube, you haven't flicked a like, please do it. But Ultra is an ESPW exclusive. You won't find the Ultra division in any other promotion around the world. It is here in the Explosive School of Professional Wrestling.
And this is why the ESPW is the best.
Kicked him onto the edge of the ring. He didn't land on the apron. He landed half on the apron, halfway to the floor, on the point of the steel.
And that is the worst kind of landing you can have. You want to land flat on your back. Felix Young landed.
Get this man away from me. He's way too close for my liking. I want no part of Axton at all. Please go to the ring. Go to the ring.
Throw him back in the ring.
My heart was racing. He's a scary, scary man.
Even if my arm was 100%, I'd still be keeping my distance from this big man.
This man was built for fighting. He's got one purpose in his life, Axton. Look at the way the turnbuckle is bending. I thought the rope was going to come loose.
Looks like it's ready. It's on its last hinges. He is pushing it in with sheer
I've never seen that before. Please check the ring. Where's the ring crew? Send them underneath the ring.
Check Felix Young's ribs first.
Now, Felix Young, what we know about Felix Young, 15 years plus in professional wrestling, he can take punishment. Probably his biggest asset is being able to absorb punishment, hanging on into matches, hanging on and hanging on. From his Firefly days to his Pulse days, he will hang in there to the very end, to the bitter end.
And for Felix Young to partake in his style of wrestling and the style of matches he likes to participate in, he needs to have that resilience. Oh, the straps are down now.
I can see handprints on his back, handprints on Felix Young's back. That was one of the hardest chops I have heard in my life. And Felix Young is grimacing in pain. I've never known him to not want any more.
He was about to tap out from that.
He loves violence.
The straps are back up.
He's a sick individual.
I do not blame him. Put the straps back up, son. Massive senton from Axton.
Referee Jared Styles getting very low on the mat, making sure Felix Young was able to kick out, and he's able to kick out, but I'm not sure if he's able to continue. I think Jared Styles needs to make sure Felix Young has all his faculties in check.
I don't think that quitting or giving up is words that Felix Young knows.
When the man has pulled barbed wire and thumbtacks and Lego out of his own skin, I don't think he's going to give up. Axton is going to have to put him down if he's going to be victorious. There is absolutely no quit in Felix Young.
He went for it again and he ate the buckle.
He could have broken the steel. He's gone through the buckle into the steel post. He's upside down.
And this is exactly what Felix Young needs. He needs that time to recover after the onslaught that Axton has been dishing out.
He does need a little breather. Again, Ultra delivers every single time here in the explosive school of professional wrestling. It is two big boys doing what they do best. Jab by Young. Short arm jabs to the jaw.
Very reminiscent of his tag partner, Jared Slate.
Elbow. I think Axton tries to duck out of the way. Ripcord. Ripcord lariat. But
he's out on his feet.
Goes nowhere. The FUD is incredible. Turn your sound up. Turn it up.
That echoed across the Malaga Dome.
Chokeslam attempt reversed. Into the post again. His cheek hit the metal of the post, of the ring post. It's a steel ring post.
And he's still on his feet and still able to fight.
How are these two men standing? This is absolutely incredible. They're going head to head. I don't like where this is going. I don't think we need any Ultra anywhere near the ropes. Blocking the... Yeah, smart move to block the chop. I'd be blocking it too.
Big smack to the side of the head there.
Hang on, Felix.
What's he setting up here?
Uranagi! Oh. He countered.
He's straight back up.
Pop up. Oh. Sit out powerbomb. And it's over. Felix Young has somehow managed to kick out. Maybe Felix Young is the new Bulletproof.
How did he manage to kick out of that? That was a huge amount of weight and force coming down.
Seeing Felix Young on the ropes, I felt like I'd gone back in time 15 years. Quite the aerial competitor back in his day. Not so much these days. He is a big boy in the Ultra division.
He still has a few tricks up his sleeve that he can pull out at a moment's notice, and the Ultra division is the place for these big boys to show that they can fly.
Axton looks like he's about to put Young down. Misses the trigger.
German suplex. He's back to his feet again.
Running knee. Version of a V trigger. Backbreaker. Well, it was really to the head and neck of Felix Young.
That's it. Axton up. Whoa! I was about to say Axton remains undefeated, but no, Felix Young kicks out at the last moment.
If Axton is victorious, he will be well and truly #1 ranked in Axton, but if Felix Young is victorious. He may take the #1 spot from Axton.
If Axton wins, there is no doubt that he is #1. Dex Van Diemen does have 2 wins. And some do say that he might be ranked #1. But if
Manu pressing his claim as well. We've got lots of competitors here in the division. Julio as well. We've seen the Don compete in Ultra. Blake Walker. I mean, it's a deep division.
Blake Walker having the most bouts in Ultra.
I think that was the 1% energy left of Felix Young.
I think Axton might be time to put the dog down.
This could be the end of Felix Young here in Ultra. Maybe this could be the last time he might want to step into Ultra. Hang on, he's building up. He's firing up. He's heating up. He's on fire and he's out of control.
Did you see the sweat fly from the... Oh my God!
What was that? Lariat! The sweat went flying. Axton was taken off his feet.
And Axton is down.
For one of the first times in this matchup, Axton has been taken off his feet. He's staring at the lights. He doesn't know what day it is. He doesn't know his name.
Young not going for a pin.
The fans are getting weird with Felix Young.
He's going for the top rope again.
I think they've been lulled into a state of shock. Discus forearm. These two don't stay down. It's like both of these competitors have cheat codes. Infinite energy and infinite health, because this is unreal.
Oh, what are they doing here?
This does not look good at all.
Referee Jarrett might want to get out of the way.
Some sort of uranagi.
Oh God. What's going on? Oh my God.
Spanish fly! Spanish fly! That is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. 550 pounds of Spanish fly.
This
What was
crowd
that?
is stating my exact reaction that I cannot say on commentary.
The roof has been blown off. How is this match continuing? It is over. Axton is unbelievable.
He cannot kick out of this. That is it. How?
No way! Felix Young has kicked out of a Spanish fly by a 6'4", 280-pound man. This is inhuman. This is real life. This is not AI you're seeing on the screen. These are two real humans performing in a wrestling ring.
This is why they are Ultra.
This is video game stuff.
You will not see this anywhere else. These two.
This is the video game.
I don't know the words to describe these two.
ESPW, the video game. I've got no words. I've run out of words.
The crowd hyping these two competitors up.
This is the best value entertainment you are going to get if you live in Perth, if you live in Malaga. If not, watch on the YouTube. Axton vs Felix Young.
Oh!
Huge boot.
Massive boot.
Pile driver on Axton.
Felix Young has to take advantage.
Looking for the curb stomp. Double knee.
Double knee. Stomp to the back of the head. One.
It's over.
That was a complete destructive war. People are on their feet as they should be for this.
And let's
Get up. That is
come on, everybody.
unbelievable.
That was one of the most incredible matches I've ever seen in ESPW. These two are huge. A Spanish fly from Axton, but Felix Young kicked out, and he knocked Axton out.
He's knocked Axton out. This man is the #1 ranked in Ultra. Cameraman, capture this. Every person on their feet. That match was incredible. I didn't think we could follow up from the last Ultra. They've, in my opinion, surpassed that. That was absolutely incredible. Felix Young, Axton. That was Ultra.
If you're not sold on Ultra, you are sold now. Every time the bar is raised, good luck following that Ultra next time.
We say it every time, yet they manage to raise the bar a lot higher every single time.
I think that was a tooth.
They're getting started straight away here.
We've got a Namaste chant. We have Hayden Zenith, who came within 0.1 of a second. of being EPW champion at Collision Course. So close to defeating Marcus Pitt in an amazing match. Check it out on Vimeo if you get a chance. EPW on Vimeo, ESPW live and free. Well, not live. I said that last time as well. Live if you're here, but free on YouTube.
Talk about heartbreak for Hayden Zenith. I felt for the man. I thought he had it.
I thought it was his time. It was his destiny to become champion. And you never know when you're going to get another championship opportunity. They are few and far between. Now, it looks like Harry, am I going to confirm this with you, Noah Green? That is Harry in the ring with Harry on his shorts.
That is correct.
And we have the Prince of Perth, Jay Taylor, in the ring, a man with nearly 20 years of experience. He's got these two young boys under his wing. And really, they could do worse than learn under Jay Taylor. A great mentor, although not everybody's favourite. In fact, I don't think he's anyone's favourite.
The Ox getting in the ring with Harry. Crowd letting
It's Matty the Ox Riggs and Harry. Harry won the 2024 Rising Star Cup tournament that you were in as well. Noah Green, but Harry won 3 matches on the same night to become champion. He's tagging alongside the great George, who was the former Coastal champion, before he went through the stage at Collision Course, and Rogan Kargas somehow ended up with the championship belt. I'm not sure how that happened. He just fell on top of him through the stage. Terrific last man standing match. Watch that on Vimeo as well. Hayden Zenith, the coach, the mentor, the daddy cool himself.
Harry using his skills that he's developed by being in the House of Free Spirits, not letting himself get trapped in the corner there with simply the best.
I think it was a terrific move of Harry joining the House of Free Spirits in 2024, and I think that's only helped his career. He suffered a few injuries at the back end of 2024, but he's back at 100% now as we're rolling into 2025, but he is not strong enough for the Ox.
There are very few men in ESPW, yet alone EPW.
And did you notice, Noah Green, you might not have picked this up, but Jay Taylor just whispered a few words into Matty Riggs' ear there in the corner. That is the mentorship of Jay Taylor, formerly a part of the Locker Room Leadership Program. I felt he was in charge, and he's in charge again. Faisal on top of Harry's shoulders. It's a test of strength. I mean, Faisal, for once, has the height advantage for the first time in his life. Very speedy competitor.
Finally, the referee starting the count. As much as I like the House of Free Spirits, there are rules in a tag match for a reason.
In terrific condition is Faisal. New attire, leapfrogs the Ox, almost gets caught. Boot to the face, blind tag from Harry.
Massive running knee there to the head of the Ox.
The Ox tags in Adonis, the Dagger, Matthews. And now we've worked out he's the Dagger. How have we worked it out?
Because of the big dagger on his chest.
The massive dagger.
He also has it written on his boot.
He got dagger on his boot, as if you needed some more visual reinforcement. He has it on his boot as well. I mean, Harry definitely helps us out. Arm ringer by Harry.
Well, let's be
clutching it close to his chest.
He fits into the stereotypical gym bro. All muscles, very few brains.
I want to know, Noah Green, I want to know, when I go to the gym, why don't I look like that?
I'm asking myself the same question.
I mean, he's been given a gift, has the dagger.
Not only that, he's got the body, he's got the looks, he must be using some fantastic beauty products.
I mean, and he's trying to get into the mind of Jay Taylor as well. We are looking at two very, very impressive wrestlers at the beginning of their careers in the Dagger and the Ox. These two, I could see future tag team champions in these two.
I could see these two touring across Australia, yet alone the world. Oh, he overdid it. Harry played.
The Dagger, he's out of here. He's done. He's outside. He's gone to the edge of the Malaga Dome. It's full in here this evening. It's always full at the Malaga Dome.
Harry scouting out that he was trying to do the kip up, so he's flung him over and
Jay
landed
Taylor's
smack
experience
in his
is coming. He's chatting the Dagger through. He's telling him, yep, calm yourself down. He's bringing in the Ox. He's saying, guys, we need to regroup here. We can take our 10 count on the floor by referee Jared Styles, giving him a little pat on the bum, saying, get back in there.
Very wise words to keep it cool. I was in the ring with Jay Taylor once. I didn't keep my cool, and it ended up with me eating a cutter.
That's definitely what can happen when you wrestle Jay Taylor.
Impressive arm drag.
By the dagger. The knee, and this is something he would have picked up training here at the Explosive School of Professional Wrestling. Not just putting the lock on the arm, but kneeing Harry in the face as well. He's bent his arm, twisted it right back.
Where the head? You go.
Like a hammer lock. I was trying to figure out what he was working on.
Going back to your point before, where the head goes, the body follows. If the head can't move, the body's not going to follow.
Very, very true. And I can see here by the dagger, he's been working on some new holds at training and he's trying to apply them here in his matches. And it's a different story. In training, you can take your time.
The Ox
you can figure them out. Double leap. They've run into each other. It's all falling apart. It's getting out of control now, Green.
Living up to the name of the show there.
I'm glad your good arm's on the left side because I keep grabbing it.
Don't worry.
Crown him, King. Crown him. Crown him, David Arquette. Let's get ready to rumble here. 25 years ago.
They're going for another axe handle to the arm.
We'll have a triple cage next show, I promise. A crowning from Harry. Double axe.
Jay Taylor getting frustrated on the outside as his pupils are not following his advice by the looks of it.
I like Harry keeping the wrist close. It is a wrist lock. You want to keep it close to your chest.
Faisal scouted the dagger running in and took him out.
Cheap shot by Jay Taylor. Do you expect anything else? He's ragdogging Faisal. Ragdolling him. It's broken down. It is absolutely broken down. It's deconstructed. This is not a tornado tag.
Simply the best are all over the House of Free Spirits at the moment.
Jared Styles needs to get some control.
Exactly what I was about to say. Start the count.
Triple drop kick.
House of Free Spirits
are on fire. Namaste, Noah Green.
The crowd chanting namaste.
I've lost where Hayden Zenith's gone. He was out here before. Maybe he's gone for a drink.
Over there. Handsprings off the ropes.
Great George walk.
George doing the tightrope.
Simply the best. We'll have to be on the lookout for the Macedonian chicken wing by the great George, the Tokyo splash from Harry, the tornado DDT from Faisal. But one cutter from Jay Taylor could end it all.
Bodies flying everywhere.
Hang on, Jay Taylor's got a front fade, look. Front suplex onto the apron. It has been utilised all evening.
We took out the reinforced structure from Ultra, so luckily Faisal doesn't have to go into twice the amount of steel.
Jay Taylor directing traffic again. He is 100% the captain of this team, holding the tag rope like it means anything to Jay Taylor.
The Ox tagging in the Prince of Perth, Jay Taylor.
Stomping on the fingers.
Not illegal, but such a dog move to do.
Another one who will flaunt to the very edges of the rules as well. He will do anything to gain a victory, will Jay Taylor. He still has a point to prove after all these years in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Into a gut buster.
Onto the ripped knee of Dagger. Dagger wearing the headpiece of...
Hang on, the Dagger, has he stolen Harry's headband? Or is that Faisal's headband?
I think he's stolen Faisal's headband there.
It does not belong to you, Dagger.
And he's giving it back. Good on him for that.
His head's getting in his face. He might need a headband.
Yeah, look, I should probably get one for the same reason.
I mean, he is rocking the modern day Malay right there. Riggs has got one as well. I think Jay Taylor might need to grow one to fit in with these boys. These boys, they are raw.
The patented
they are skilled.
Felix Quesadora splash.
And Riggs nearly got the 3.
Riggs is usually no nonsense. He gets in there, he gets it done. But
a guillotine choke. This could be all. He looks like a very dangerous individual as well. Someone like a stealthy assassin. Just sneak up behind you and put the punishment on. Faisal is in deep, deep trouble.
He's someone who gets in there and he just puts on the hurt just like that.
Taylor telling Riggs, one more chop, one more time. I mean, they are listening to somebody with so much experience, so many accolades in EPW.
Despite what you may think of Jay Taylor and how he is acting at this moment, the man is, I would say, a legend in WA Pro Wrestling.
Well, he's often regarded as one of the most underrated to come out of the Perth scene. It has been such a dominant scene with so many great athletes. But you're somebody as great as Jay Taylor, you can often feel a bit overlooked. Perhaps that's why he's taken these two young fellas on under his wing.
Absolutely. Jay Taylor is one of the very best in this company.
Faisal close to tagging.
Fingertips away. Nah, taking him back to that
Driving him in the corner. Ring smarts from Taylor.
It's great ring smarts from Jay Taylor, as you said, keeping him isolated.
Body slamming the dagger. The dagger slam.
Jay Taylor letting this crowd know exactly what he thinks of it, but he needs to keep his attention on
I've seen Jay Taylor do that before. If you notice the pin by the dagger, he held Faisal's arm down to the mat. That is somebody who is listening to the mentorship of Jay Taylor. These two are improving every single time we see them. They are trying new things. He's got an abdominal stretch on, but it looks like a modified version. He's hooked Faisal's leg around his knee. Jay Taylor's helping. He's been caught by Jared Styles.
The slaps to the midsection are also going to be adding. The referee's not catching. He's caught it. Referee's got his arms.
Could be a little mistake there from the dagger. He chopped him so hard. Windows XP is shut down. He has restarted. Faisal needs to restart and tag George and Harry.
He needs to get to his corner. He needs to tag in the Great George. I can see it in his eyes. You can see the fire that's in the Great George's eyes. He is not let that flame from losing his coastal championship.
Jay Taylor was directing traffic again. He is the captain. Could be looking. Guillotine. He was looking for a tornado DDT. Couldn't quite. Oh my God. What was that? The dagger.
I thought that was it.
The dagger power slam. This young man is impressive. Adonis the Dagger Matthews, remember the name.
He ragdolled Faisal like he was nothing. Faisal may weigh 50 odd kilos, but he might as well have weighed nothing. Jay Taylor being tagged in.
He does usually use his speed, but he's been slowed right down. And what Jay Taylor will look to do is to slow the pace down. A very methodical assault on Faisal. If Faisal is moving quickly, Jay Taylor knows he's going to be on the back foot. If Faisal is moving slowly, simply the best are in control of this matchup.
When you're in the ring with someone as fast and as agile as Faisal, do you want to keep him grounded? You won't want him building up speed. You don't want him flying.
Now, are you keeping a tag count going? Hurricane Rider! Simply the best have tagged more in a trios match than I've ever seen perhaps before in my life. He's made it over.
He got the tag to the Great George. He's coming in like a house of fire.
It's the former coastal champion. He's got a point to prove.
Fist being flown, shoved.
Manhattan drop. Oh, he got him too. He got both plums.
Ox has been taken to the corner.
Back elbow. Back elbow. Back elbow. A trifecta.
Ducking out of the way. Moving out of the way.
Leapfrog crossbody. Springboard crossbody by George.
Great George is firing this crowd up. He's going up top. Is he going for that flying headbutt? He's hit it. That's it. It's all over.
And Riggs breaks it up. The last time we saw George fly, he flew through a table and lost his coastal championship when he flew through the stage.
Harry
wants a part of this action.
Flurry on the Ox.
Harry's been stuck on the apron for about 10 minutes.
George is calling for the chicken wing. If he locks that in.
I mean, it was one of my favourite matches last year, the Great George versus Norshay. I still have like a G6 stuck in my head. He's on the back of the dagger. Tag from Taylor.
He's done the smart thing.
He tagged. Jay Taylor tagged. Taylor tagged in.
He doesn't know that he's tagged.
Blue Thunder. Brainbuster to the knee.
Get in there, Harry.
Harry was all alone. Harry could be the X factor in this match because he's been on the apron for a long, long time.
Joy.
Super kick.
Harry's out. That's it. Harry's done.
Harry's not the legal man, so Taylor throws him into the ropes. I think he did that on purpose. He threw him into the middle rope. That hurts very much.
He bounced
so
back
painful.
into another boot from Jay Taylor.
That grazes your face. He is the Prince of Perth. The Prince of Perth cutter. O'Connor roll.
O'Connor. Whoa, wait, Faisal.
Did you see that? Did you
Faisal
see what I
held his
saw?
arm.
Simply
The House of Free Spirits cheated.
they got a taste of their own medicine. That's called Carmenoa Green. The great George with an assist from Faisal, who was pummeled for an eternity.
They sunk to their level, though. That's not going to sit well with Daddy Cool.
Well, that's a little bit of karma for Simply the Best, because the great George used Faisal's arm to just cheat just a little bit and gain the victory for the House of Free Spirits.
And we know that Simply the Best do like to bend the rules, but it looks like the House of Free Spirits bent it a little bit better tonight.
What an incredible match. Hang on.
Oh, hang on.
Who's got the microphone now? Hayden Zenith doesn't actually look impressed.
I don't
That's what
blame
I've
him.
noticed. Hayden Zenith, it was Hayden Zenith. He's not impressed.
House of Free Cheaters.
I cannot believe you would stoop down to their level.
That's exactly what I said.
You beat them the right way, which is the only way.
Take out one of my legs. That's why.
All the state.
Yeah.
I will say this. As disappointed as I am, there's one thing I realise. That the better cheater out of you two is the great George. I'm not all but I'm right.
You're a cheater.
And I can see you're upset. And I'm upset at you. So you know what? How about this? You two, next show, revenge. What do you say, huh?
Yeah.
What do you guys say?
Is that Zenith and George against Simply the Best?
With you, Jared Taylor. Coach versus coach. You, Jared. Do you accept or do you not accept?
Accept it and get it.
I can't wait to pin that guy's ass.
Well, Jay Taylor has accepted.
You want.
Some stern words from Daddy Cool.
You're my hero. You were my hero. I'm going to prepare harder than ever before. And I'm not going to need a cheat. Doesn't matter what you do, mate. July 7th, see you in that ring. Right in the middle of the ring. June 7th, hey, I just got hit in the head. I got hit in the head a lot. Okay? June 7th, I'll see everyone back here. And I'll see you in the middle of that ring.
They say Noah Green, never meet your heroes, but what about wrestling your heroes?
I have never seen the great George as serious as that. The disappointment in his voice in relation to Jay Taylor. This is going to be a very personal grudge match at Revenge.
Make sure you tune in June 7, Revenge ESPW. So it looks like we have two mentors in CJL and Dan Moore, both former tag team champions. And two up-and-comers here in ESPW. Elijah Henry, the purveyor of work rate himself, death by work rate. Very, very talented young man, although very full of himself and quite arrogant, I do have to say. But if you believe in yourself, anything can happen. And another newcomer, Crypto, who's trying to make a name for himself as Thunder and Lightning with his partner Jay Kendrick, who is out injured, I believe, at the hands of Axton.
Yes, Crypto Knight is trying to make a name for himself. However, some of the situations he's put himself into has not been wise. Taking on Axton being one of those situations. Well, that was worth shushing for, wasn't it?
Well, I think he should just wear a singlet if that's what he's going to do.
Well, if he talks about work rate, surely he can take the shirt off and show us his work rate.
Dan Moore, such a nice guy. I mean, I don't think we'll see any cheating by Dan Moore like we saw from the great George at the end of the House of Free Spirits versus Simply the Best.
No, Dan Moore is simply too good for that.
Shoulder tackle from Henry. Running knee from Moore. Moore, very, very experienced. He knows what he's doing. There might be, though, just a little bit of ring rust from Dan Moore. Hasn't been seen in an EPW ring for a number of months.
I'm not seeing it at the moment. He's tying him up.
the shirt in. Great idea.
He's gotten his foot out, though. The shirt is way too loose. But Dan Moore is getting in the head of CJL and Elijah Henry.
And I know, I joke around a little bit by saying CJL had 2006 match of the year nearly 20 years ago, but CJL was runner-up in the 2024 Invitational Tournament. Whether you agreed with that or not, or whether you thought he deserved to be there or not, he was in the finals with Hayden Zenith, and he was half a second away from being the 2024 Invitational Champion.
Anybody can cheat, anybody can bend the rules, but not anybody can make it to the finals.
You can't throw your way through a 10-person tournament and reach the finals. You have to have some, and a lot of skill and ability.
CGL has one of the greatest minds in the game when it comes to shortcuts and getting in his opponent's heads.
But I think that's where Elijah Henry and CJL found each other, because they both don't have any friends, so they found a friend in each other. They are both a little bit as annoying as each other, and in comes Crypto.
Tagged in, double team here.
Hard whip, double hip toss. Good synergy, as they've only been a team for a few minutes now.
Oh, is he going for Rolling Thunder?
Rolling Splash! Is that the Rolling Lightning or the Rolling Thunder?
I think it was a Rolling Thunder. Feel free to correct me.
Shot by Elijah Henry. He is the Thunder in Thunder and Lightning, is Crypto.
Crypto is, unfortunately, he's let himself get into their corner. He's now isolated. He is in a very bad situation now. You do not want to be stuck into a corner with these two.
Especially CJL. Ducking under, well done Crypto. Ducking under, taking his opportunity. Eye rate from CJL. This is despicable. Something's come off his eye. What is that?
Is that a contact?
I think it's part of his eyeball. Shoulder tackle by CJL. Great leapfrog by Crypto. Hip toss blocked. Blocked again.
Ducked. Right forearm. And again. Crypto needs to keep CJL away from Elijah Henry. For that very reason, Elijah Henry has tagged himself in.
Loving the hair as well by Crypto, reminding me of a 2006 John Moxley. Oh, he's hit the German suplex. He has no idea where he is. That's going to knock the pink out of his hair. CJL with a basement drop kick. The purveyors of work rate into a cutter. That could be all. Deadlift German. Oh, strong boy is Elijah Henry.
Into a bridging pin? No.
I think he bridged him so hard. He rolled him off the shoulders. He German suplexed him so hard.
Crypto needs to get his head back in the game. He needs to get a tag to Dan Moore. Elijah Henry just toying with Crypto Knight at the moment.
Chop from Crypto.
Elijah Henry asking for another.
And the last time we saw Elijah Henry as well, if you were at Collision Course, he was in the ring with Damien Slater and Radmaker Kingston as he kicks Crypto in the back of the head. And even though it was Kingston that was victorious, he put on a very impressive showing against two incredibly experienced competitors, Damien Slater and Kingston.
I would have said that he had no chance of winning, but man, he proved me wrong. Referee's distracted by Dan Moore trying to get in the ring after a shot by Elijah Henry.
Well, Dan Moore's had enough of the cheating. When he's such a nice guy, he can't stand to see cheating by his opposition. He might have needed to be out here for the House of Free Spirits match as well. Maybe a special guest referee, Dan Moore, for the matchup.
Well, Dan Moore did
June
not
7.
like it when his tag partner Aaron was cheating back last year.
That's right, when he was with Aaron Hawke. Aaron Hawke kept cheating and Dan Moore kept trying to get him down the straight and narrow. CJL in complete control as well, and that's just the way he likes it.
Crypto's just being brutalized by these two here. Dan Moore
tried to kick
this
Dan Moore's
time.
head off. He moved out of the way. European uppercut. Elijah Henry very, very confident. And why wouldn't you be when you're in complete control of this matchup? Crypto fighting hard. Fighting hard. Looks like Superman is his hero. He's trying to fight up.
He is crumbling. Those chops hit harder every time you take one.
But that's what happens when you step foot in these ropes. When you have been training and then you've been training against the other newcomers, and then you get into the ring with CJL and Elijah Henry, and it's a whole different ball game. It's like going up 4 divisions at once.
I've never stepped in the ring with CJL, but Elijah Henry is one of the best strikers I have stepped in the ring with.
The hidden blade will end any single match. His chops are hard, his kicks are hard. He's blocking Dan Moore. What's the ref doing? The referee needs to get Elijah Henry out of the ring. I think the prolonged cheating has got to Jared Styles, and it can happen. Just like when you wrestle, you can make mistakes as a referee as well. You can get overwhelmed in tag matches. We spoke about that earlier in the women's tag team match.
Absolutely.
But it's a lot to keep control of. We might need 2 referees for every tag match, I think.
Oh my God.
Crypto nearly landed on his head, avoided disaster. He'd be on the injury list with his partner. He tried to crawl away from CJL.
CJL's too quick.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be pretty, it can just be effective.
Elijah Henry's tagged himself in.
Jawbreaker. Crypto's so close.
Fingertips away.
Enzaguri to Henry.
Tag to Dan Moore.
The nice guy is in. He's found his nice tights. That's a nice clothesline. It's a nice Irish whip. It's been reversed.
Massive flatliner.
Elijah Henry is just in the way in the middle of the ring. CJL telling him off, giving him a bollocking.
Elijah Henry trying to figure out where he is.
1. Shades, vintage Dan Moore, hidden blade, attempt, missed. I think the smallest package in professional wrestling. Dan Moore has the smallest package in professional wrestling, and it nearly gained him the victory.
Who would have thought something so small would be so devastating?
It is small and effective.
A line I'm not used to having to say.
You can also go to the TKO. I mean, you are the thrill seeker. Over the top rope goes Moore. Crypto trying to take advantage.
Whips him off the ropes. Ducks.
The speed of these two. Rebound lariat. You heard the crowd. This happened. Oh, that's what I heard. The purveyors of work rate in complete control. Double underhook, pile driver.
Good God.
There's nobody kicking out of that.
No.
Dan Moore couldn't get to the ring.
Elijah Henry and CJL in the head of the referee, in the head of Dan Moore. Just completely obliterated Crypto Knight. Props to the kid.
Well, the purveyors of work rate were able to win their open challenge. What a shock, Dan Moore coming to the ring for his partner Crypto Knight. He put in an impressive showing, but it was the purveyors of work rate who were victorious, and they move on to Gold Rush.
And I hope the Cretans are paying close attention, because that is what they're going to have to contend with.
Elijah Henry's got the microphone. It is open mic night tonight and out of control.
Jump up, get the new camera angles on me. Anyway, name 24, Cretans versus purveyors of work rate. Doesn't matter, you can sing some silly little songs. And you're still gonna lose, boys, because we are on top. And we are one thing. So guys and dudes, we'll see you boys soon. As you were.
Gold Rush, May 24th. It is the Cretans versus the purveyors of work rate. What a matchup. Get yourself down to the Cannington Exhibition Centre, May 24th. I think some people are gunning for our jobs here, Noah Green.
Got a bunch of people letting their thoughts be known about the purveyors of work rates.
Not very popular at all, but they did get the job done and they were victorious.
You don't have to be liked to be effective.
Please help me welcome the Phoenix Giant Edwards to the ring.
Thank you, Evelyn. I asked for this time to address what happened here in this ring a couple months back between me and Ryan Allen. Glad you remember. I also remember after a hard-fought match, unfortunately I took my eye off the ball for just 1 second too long, and I got knocked the F out.
He did by the Reaper's Sight by Ryan Allen.
One of many.
Now look, in any other universe, any other wrestler, you get a TKO victory, oh my god, your stock suddenly goes through the roof. You have got to be guaranteed a title shot or something, right? But not for Ryan. Ryan wasn't satisfied. So what did he do? He waited. He waited until I got back up. His hand had been raised, the bell had been rung, but he waited to kick me down again.
That was the second one.
And then he waited until I got back up again. He put his hands on referees just so he could kick me down again.
And that was the third.
He tried to send me home for good that night, but as you can see, that did not work. And as a result, to this day, Ryan Allen finds himself suspended indefinitely for his actions. So you're booing. I actually agree with you, because a suspension does nothing for a guy like Ryan Allen. All it does, it makes him a martyr for his own cause, which is the enemy of the wrestling business.
He went to America.
It's not a great impression, but anyway. Look, that's what this is about with Ryan. He doesn't actually care about wins or losses. He doesn't care about getting his respect. He cares about trying to tear down what we've got going here. Whether that's
tearing the mic away from Evelyn when she's trying to make sure we all have a good time, which we always do, right? Whether it's putting his hands on referees like Tyler Sparks, who have been here for as long as I have, and as far as I'm concerned, is a goddamn legend for the work that he puts in here. Tyler's still chasing his spark of a dream. I've got my dreams here too, but Ryan wants to come in here and turn it all into a nightmare. But I'm not going to let that happen. So, camera, would you mind getting up here? Sorry about your knees. Look. June 7th, how apropos that it is called Revenge, because I am making my formal request to ESPW management to lift Ryan Allen's suspension effective June 7th, so I can get my sweet, sweet revenge and face him in this ring one more time. And when I do, I'm not just going to get my revenge by beating you to a bloody pulp, kicking your head off your shoulders. No, that's too edgy. That's more your style, Ryan. I'm going to embarrass you and make sure that you never want to show your big chicken beak here ever again.
You're going to embarrass me? You? After I kick your head in like a helpless little lamb to the slaughter? Oh, Jack Edwards, you make me laugh. And what is also going to make me laugh is my chance to do it again. You have an obvious, very obvious death wish, Jack. You're doing me a massive favour. Lift the suspension and make it happen, EPW, because I will be more than happy to put Jack Edwards in the hospital again. And this time, Jack, it will be the end for you. And it will be you that will be embarrassed.
Dear God is in the walls. I guess that makes it one step closer to being official. So that's great. But here's the thing. Ryan thinks that I'm giving myself a death wish by fighting him again at Revenge. But here's the thing. He's going to find out something. I don't need a death wish. Because a phoenix never dies.
Strong words from Jack Edwards there. He is not done with Ryan Allen, and I don't blame him. The man kicked him in the head like, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times?
Sent him to the hospital, so he definitely wants revenge, aptly named. We'll have to wait from ESPW officials to see if Ryan Allen's suspension will be lifted and see if the match will take place at Revenge June 7th. We are set for our main event here this evening. It is for the #1 contendership for the ESPW Pride Championship. Technically, Delcano is the #1 contender, but management has put his #1 contendership on the line this evening.
As it should be. He's been #1 contender since November, and he has just been ducking every single opportunity he had to face me for the Pride Championship. So it's about time he puts it on the line for people who are hungry, for people who actually want to fight. Like me, like Luca Fantasia, like anybody else out the back.
He has indeed. Delcano defeated Ryan Rivers all the way back on November the 23rd. It was so long ago when he became #1 contender, Jordan Bishop was still the Pride champion. That's how long ago it was.
Dark times. Hey, what are you looking at?
Blake
Get
Walker
out of
here
here.
ringside as well. We've got Blake Walker and Dylan Black, who have been paid off by Delcano to be his friends. But it was so long ago. Jordan Bishop was the champion, and Delcano has been hoarding that #1 contendership away, not using it, ducking out of every opportunity. So management have made him put the #1 contendership on the line this evening. We still have Robbie Hart is our ESPW Pride champion. The winner of this match will go on to face Robbie Hart.
And I think everybody in this audience here is firmly behind Lucas Fantasia. But Lucas Fantasia needs to be careful. Not only does he have to worry...
Blake Walker, look at he scares me. This is a scary man, Blake Walker.
I don't care if I've got one arm, Blake Walker. I will put this fist in your mouth.
I want no part of Blake Walker. Lock up in the ring.
As I was trying to say, Fantasia needs to be careful with not only he has to keep an eye on Delcano, he has to keep an eye on two others on the outside.
And you're picking a fight with Blake Walker. You stand a better chance with one arm than I will with two arms, but please don't provoke him anymore. Scaring me, this man.
He just needs to watch his
Delcano over the top. Terrific technical wrestling by Delcano, and he is a former ESPW Pride champion. Held the championship for over 700 days and 13 successful defenses. So in his mind, he claims to be the greatest Pride champion of all time. And with those stats, it's a little bit hard to disagree with him.
As much as I dislike this man, you can't argue with it. 700 days as a champion. Those aren't numbers that anybody can pull off.
But we're looking to see if the 2025 version of Delcano is the same as the 2020 version of Delcano. Is he getting better with age? Or has time caught up with him? And is Fantasia going to be our new #1 contender?
I'm hoping so. Fantasia has got his knee in the head of Delcano.
I mean, Delcano is as good as he ever was, but he is facing somebody like Lucas Fantasia, who's in the 2025 Invitational Tournament. Just fell to Mikey Broderick at collision course, was just 45 seconds away from the time limit expiring.
And despite everything that they're going through now, he did spend countless months with Mikey Broderick. He would have learned a ton.
And if I can go back in a little bit of history, flying forearm by Mikey Broderick, and I want to go through your battles with Robbie Hart over the Pride Championship, because Robbie Hart, you were the Pride champion, and Robbie Hart challenged you and was unsuccessful. He managed to get a second opportunity, and it was his second opportunity where he managed to defeat you for the Pride Championship. Lucas Fantasia had an opportunity against Robbie Hart at Evil Intentions. 20 minutes of incredible action. So if Lucas Fantasia gets another shot, he might have had Robbie Hart figured out and he could be the new champion.
If there's anybody who can do it, it's definitely Lucas Fantasia.
And I do speak about this often. Blake Walker's in the way. The problem solver, the gun for hire, Blake Walker. Cheap shot.
Absolutely
by
disgusting.
Delcano. There's some sort of rumbling coming from somewhere.
I want Fantasia to hit him harder.
The cars are revving their engines. They're excited. There's like an iron circle in here. Get the motorbikes. This Sturgis 1997 Road Wild. Knee to the head by Fantasia. I think sometimes when you face an opponent for a first time, you don't know exactly what they're going to do. There's Dylan Black.
I couldn't see because
Jared
Walker's in the way.
Send him to the back. But the second time you face someone, you get to know their ins and outs. Beautiful calf kick from Delcano. I don't want to say it, but it was beautiful indeed.
And this is the first time that either of these two have stepped into the ring together. So these two are unfamiliar with each other.
Now, if I'm seeing clearly from my vantage point, Lucas Fantasia has a cut under his left eye. Is that a cut under his left eye?
I can never be too sure with Lucas Fantasia. It might be a cut, it might be makeup.
It could be some blush, or it could be a cut. We're not sure. It does look like a cut to me from here. Get a close-up camera operator.
Big scoop slam there from Delcano.
Delcano in control, and I'm sure he's impressing you even though you don't want to say it, but excellent wrestling at the beginning of this match by Delcano. This could be the beginning and it could be near the end.
No comment.
I mean, sometimes you have to give credit where credit is due. Sometimes there are some despicable humans, but they are also good wrestlers. Delcano.
Good wrestlers, and they have to do that.
I angered Blake Walker. I've only got like 20 bucks. Have you got any money? Because I want to pay him money. Have you got money?
Look, he looks pretty cheap.
Well, I've heard his fee is into the 4 figures now per show.
Oh!
Float through by Fantasia.
Almost had it with the sunset flip there.
I do need to borrow $980 though.
You can take out of my booking fee. Things you love to see, the big boot to the side of Delcano's head.
Pump handle attempt. Pump handle backbreaker. He's put him through the Delcano experience.
Yes, come on, Lucas. I'm not even going to try to be impartial. This crowd firmly getting behind Lucas Fantasia here.
Drop kick by Delcano to the chin. He could have another cut on his face.
Checking his mouth for blood there.
You can bite your tongue.
Fantasia taking advantage of the distraction from the crowd there.
The crowd getting stuck
goods.
into Delcano, telling him he sucks.
Well, they're absolutely right.
Can someone move Blake Walker away from us, because he's making me nervous, and I can't see through his massive body either.
Yeah, go stand over there. Look after his cape or something. Do something
hang
useful.
on, Dylan Black's cheating now. Dylan Black. I can see it's a divide and conquer strategy. Dylan Black has the far side of the ring from our vantage point.
Tiger fin kick there from him. Delcano, it's a 3-on-1 match every time you step in the ring.
I don't know the Malaga postcode.
Oh!
So it is just the Tiger feint kick from Delcano.
Come on, Lucas.
Why does Delcano keep walking over to... I know you've had issues with him in the past. I got no issue with him. He's scaring me.
He's just gotten involved in my business, that's all.
I mean, I may end up having to wear a mask like Delcano.
Solid hits from both of these competitors.
European uppercut. Many, many years experience in the ring from Delcano, over a decade. Quite a few years for Fantasia. We have an excellent main event here for you this evening. The Explosive School of Professional Wrestling keeps delivering lots of bang for your buck this evening.
Delcano trying to get the crowd behind him, but they are not having a bite of it.
I mean, we've had it all. The tension, the drama, the buzz, the atmosphere. It's all happening this evening in the Malaga Dome. Boot from Fantasia.
Delcano's struggling to keep his feet.
Wheelbarrow.
Oh, he's going for it. Oh, bridging pin.
Capture arm German. And again,
athletic as Delcano is, he has some surprising strength.
Every show you are going to see something incredible and something you haven't seen before. I don't think anything could top the Spanish fly by Axton earlier this evening in the Ultra match, but Delcano can bust out absolutely anything, and same for Lucas Fantasia. Be looking for the Meteora in this match.
The Meteora, but also that slap that feels like a plate of iron going across your face. Dropping him on the top rope
and
there, that's gonna suck.
Is the most uncomfortable position you can be in. Perhaps followed by this, he's tangled in the cape.
Stuck in the tree of woe there. Referee finally getting him out of the corner.
Definitely aptly named.
I'm
Lucas
so glad
Fantasia,
no one's responding.
He's trying to fight out. Delcano.
Yes, that's what I love to see.
He's hit the middle stump.
Fantasia getting out of the way. Delcano trying to go for a baseball slide, but ended up in hitting the ring post.
He's lost the family jewels. He may be singing in a higher key this evening.
Fantasia firing up, trying to get the crowd behind him.
Bit of falsetto. Running forearm. And again, the fans behind Fantasia. Delcano is rocked. He doesn't know what day it is. This match is for the #1 contendership for the ESPW Pride Championship, currently held by Robbie Hart. He'll be eagerly watching on, seeing who he will face in the future. Shotgun dropkick.
Fantasia is on a roll here.
Another wheelbarrow. Flatliner.
That's going to be it. It's 2 off.
Now,
Come on.
Great ring awareness by Fantasia because he was far from Dylan Black, far from Blake Walker. They both couldn't interfere. There was nothing they could do. They couldn't grab the referee's leg. They couldn't break up the pinfall. There was nothing they could do.
Lucas Fantasia has a great mind for the ring. He has a great aerial offense.
The fans want to see the slap.
I want to see it too. Come on.
Cartwheel slap missed. European uppercut. The Mexican uppercut. Misses the clothesline. Knee. That was a solid knee to the temple. That connected hard. Now, I could call the action, but Blake Walker's in the way, so it's all you know, Green.
I can't either. Now we can. Lucas Fantasia up top. Oh, double knees to the midsection of Delcano.
Version of the Meteora.
Speaking of what you were saying before, that was right in the rest field of view. Surely he saw that. You know what you did. Just get out of here.
Blake Walker staring down Noah Green. The gun for hire. He's earning his money.
Crowd getting stuck into Blake Walker over here, who does not look amused one bit. He's looking rather grumpy, actually. Fantasia said it's time to go to Twigtown. Come on.
Dylan Black. I mean, we need to get some more referees out here.
Why are they not ejected? Oh.
Sky Twister DDT.
Yes, come on, Fantasia!
Has not won this matchup. The Sky Twister DDT, I thought, was all. This man has resilience. Dylan Black now is coming over to strategize with Blake Walker. I'm going to speak quietly because they'll rumble me, but they're looking over. This could be a mistake from these two. They had a good strategy going, being on either side of the ring. I'm trying to whisper into my microphone because Blake Walker's he's looking again. He's been listening the whole time. And for a Neanderthal, he has quite good listening skills as well.
The man is all about the money, and Delcano is all about the #1 contendership for the Pride Championship.
Well, he wants nothing else. It is all-consuming for Delcano to be Pride Champion once again.
Yet he's had opportunities since November. And
I think he hasn't had a good enough opportunity. I think he was looking...
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I think he was looking to cash in when somebody was down. A sneak attack. But he had not found the opportune time.
He's got him up in the fireman's carry. Oh, Poison Rana!
Delcano!
Come on, Lucas!
Shocked.
Oh, massive DDT!
Fantasia is your #1. No!
Come on!
The fortitude of Delcano, I have to say it, the fortitude. There was no help from Blake Walker. There was no help from Dylan Black. Delcano kicked out himself. I'm a little bit amazed.
I don't know.
He's a tremendous competitor, but relies on the help.
It was sheer instinct. It had to be. Because you cannot take both of those and still function.
Now, Jared Styles may have to call this match off. Looks like Delcano could be suffering with a concussion.
Fantasia's up top.
He's doing a concussion protocol. Dylan Black's up again on the apron.
Dylan Black has been knocked off.
Hang on. What's Lucas Fan? Dive to the outside.
Yes!
Oh, they've taken out the front row.
Taking out the fans as well. Come on, Lucas.
What a super dive into the super fans. How's the public liability? Somebody check it.
Oh.
I think it went up,
shot to the head there.
Threefold when you went through the curtain a few shows ago.
That was my first day. My bad.
Delcano has Fantasia on the middle rope.
Oh, God. Oh!
Moves
oh, my
slam.
God!
Next
Twisting
breaker.
neck breaker. Come on, Fantasia.
Delcano is still #1 contender.
He won because of those two goons on the outside. Fantasia had him set up. He was ready for that Meteora, and those two goons on the outside getting involved yet again.
Noah Green, facts are the facts, and the facts are that Delcano has defeated Lucas Fantasia in the main event here tonight and is still the #1 contender for Robbie Hart's ESPW Pride Championship.
I can't take anything away from it.
He did need help. He did need help from Blake Walker and Dylan Black, but Delcano is #1 contender.
Robbie Hart, I hope you're watching. That's what you have to contend with. You don't only have to deal with Delcano, you have to deal with those two idiots in the ring as well.
Will we see those two face off at our next show or on June 7th? Or will it take another 6 months before Delcano uses his opportunity? Who knows, but the man is #1 contender.
We'll see at Vengeance.
Delcano satisfied with his work here this evening. If you have been watching this evening, thank you so much for watching the show. If you haven't commented, liked, or subscribed, or watched the back catalogue, do that now. And we're leaving you with Delcano as the #1 contender. It has been Noah Green and Casey Hansen at ESPW Out of Control. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you next time.
See you soon, guys.